Greetings, citizens of Tetris. It is your old pal Van Dweller back with more stupid Tetris monthly. No bars November for 2025. And pretty excited to do this one. This is one where I have some playing experience against two of the players. So let us take a look at this one. It's going to be the match that we tried to do yesterday. Unfortunately, one of the players was unable to attend. We're just happy that everything is okay. So Scamper is here and ready to go. And we'll be taking on Draco in round one. And then the winner of that will take on Coal in round two. This is all going to feed into a match eventually against Cobra in the top 16. So yeah, pretty excited to get this one underway. Let's take a look at our rules. And the rules are that this is a 32-player single elimination flat bracket tournament based on the 1989 version of Tetris released by Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System. TSC consoles. Players can play it, emulate our consoles as long as the game mechanics, appearance, and statistics are unmodified. They can use any controller as long as there's no big buttons or turbo functions used, whether electronical or mechanical. Biological, turbo only. First player to 3 wins is the winner of the match. Level 18 starts all the way through. There are no same piece sets because this mode doesn't allow it. So players, make sure you put your drought setting to the letter I. That's all the way to the right. I as in I love Kingsman. And then you're going to be starting your game from that setting. You know, it's not like a setting that you set and then move up to the Tetris setting. You actually start it from drought, okay? That's how you get into the level select screen. And then remember, don't get any in-game advice. Do not pause unless the commentator tells you to. And if you do experience tech issues like internet slowdowns or OBS glitches or anything like that, just keep playing. Assume that your game will count because it very well might, and I will be the final arbiter of that. But just await further instructions if you do have an issue with tech stuff, and then I will rule, okay? Just keep playing. And the winner gets absolutely something, and that is a share in a prize pool, which stands right now at $509.17 after some great support from y'all throughout this tournament. Great to be halfway there, not even out of round one and round two, so that is amazing. Thank you all so very much. We're looking to get to $1,000 so we can pay our top 8 instead of our top 4, and if you want to help that happen, well, yeah, it is all up to you because these prize pools are funded 100% by you, the fans, okay? So use the Matcherino command while you're watching live on Twitch or on YouTube. I'll put it in the first time. Some links will come up, and the link that says STM no bars, that is the link. Click on that. It'll take you to the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool partner, Matcherino. You'll see a button in the top right-hand corner. It says log in. Click on that to log in. You can log in with your existing Twitch or YouTube or Discord account. No need to make a separate account with Matcherino. It's so easy. Once you're in, the right-hand side has potentially 2 options for you, one of which says contribute, and that's where you can contribute straight cash, homie. Whatever you got kicking around, 1, 5, 25, 100, 500, you know, we'll settle for $490.83. That would be a good amount. And there's another option. I think there's still some contribution codes left. So if you want to do a contribution code, that's easy. You just log in and click on the button that says claim code, and that's all you have to do. It puts in 25 cents. Every time that button is clicked, you can do it once per account, up to 50 times overall. So I still think we have a few of those left. Maybe somebody can check on how many we have left, but we had some as of yesterday, like 8 or 9. Okay, so that is how to support the players. If you want to support the channel, you can do so over at patreon.com/monthly Tetris. That's a place that allows you to make an ongoing pledge of support to keep this channel going. There's a reason that we can do matches at 3 in the afternoon during a workday. We had one scheduled for 11:30 today. That one got canceled last minute, but there is a reason that we can do that. We can stream basically 24/7, except when, you know, I have like the occasional little thing to do, but generally, in principle, 24/7 is when I'm available to stream, and that is because of you guys. You know, we're not getting wealthy, but we are providing you Tetris. So if you do want that to keep happening, please continue supporting us. And if you don't like Patreon, understandable. Some people don't like it. There are other ways you can make an ongoing pledge of support. You can do it through the Streamlabs link that should be showing up in the chat, or the PayPal link, I think, allows you to do that too. And there are other ways to support us on a one-time basis as well. If you're watching on YouTube, you've got super chats and super stickers. You got channel memberships and gift channel memberships. On Twitch, you got bits, you got subs, you got gift subs. And if you're an Amazon Prime member, you got Twitch Prime Gaming sub that you can apply to the streamer of your choice. But it is use it or lose it, so don't lose it. Use it on us, you know, once in a while, okay? Just think about us once in a while, okay? All right. Enough of me. Let's go ahead and flop on over to our game scene. We'll go ahead and adjust our cams and get these players ready to go. Got to refresh them, do the whole thingamabob. All right, there is Scamper. We're glad everything is good with Scamper. All right, flopping Scamper over. Boo. Max out counter 209. Holy moly. I have literally 0% of the max outs you do. Holy moly. All right, so there's Scamper. We'll get Draco should be more or less lined up, I hope. Yeah, Draco is lined up. Do players have to appear on camera to compete in tournaments? In the top tier tournaments, they do. In the lower tier tournaments, generally not. But because there's a prize pool, we want to have some accountability into who is actually playing and that it's the same player every time. And it just makes sense for game integrity. And so we do. And plus, listen, no, you know, no lies here. We're trying to support the channel, and it just is a fact that people are going to want to watch players, like real players, more than they want to watch like empty cams or cartoon avatars or anything like that. So to just present a higher quality product, and as a game integrity measure, we do require players at any prize granting tournament to appear on camera. Someone says, are you sure Draco isn't Canadian? Draco has got a very Canadian look right now, not gonna lie. Extremely Canadian right now. Yeah, all right, well, the honorary Canadian. All right, as soon as both players signal ready, we can go ahead and get started here in round one in the purple bracket. All right, if they're not ready, I'm gonna bite bagels. I gotta bite a bagel. All right, they're ready. All right, let's get them started. No bagel bites for me. All right, it is round one, game number one between Scamper and Draco here in Stupid Tetris Monthly. No bars, November. Let's go 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So the format of this tournament is that players have no long bars, right? No long bars are coming. That means that triples are going to be the most valuable line clear that players can get. They are going to try to stack 4 triples, just like Draco is right now. You can see on Draco's side, he's ready for a triple and is going to get it. And if you're building on that right side and trying to set up that setup, then the L piece, the red L piece, that is going to be the key piece. You cannot score a triple without an L piece or a J piece. And if you're kind of set up in one way, it's the L piece. If you're set up in the other way, it is the J piece. Scamper in some early trouble now. Of course, Scamper does not have all the experience now that Draco has. Draco, I played. Scamper wasn't able to make it yesterday, so I ended up playing against Draco and against Cole. And I took the Draco match, and I did not take the Cole match. And that is going to be a top out for Scamper here in game number 1. So Draco's experience now put to good use, taking game number 1. And that's pretty much how Draco played against me yesterday. So Draco says, "Jeez, this is brutal." Well, we'll see. All right, looks like both players are ready. It's game number 2, Scamper versus Draco. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So anyway, on the left side of your screen, it is Scamper. Scamper, a legend in the Tetris community for creating some of the early DAS-only tournaments in the community in 2021 through like 2023. They were called the CT DAS tournaments, and there was a series of test tournaments and real tournaments, and had slightly different rule set from the way that I've structured our DAS tournaments. But nevertheless, they were an important milestone in the NES Tetris DAS community. Scamper has been in, well, a bunch of things throughout the year as he played in the Classic Tetris European Championship in 2020. That was when it was online, of course. And also played in the silver bracket of CTWC in 2020 and 2021. Those were in the online years as well. Has played a bunch in the Hopefuls and Futures circuits. Played a lot in the Classic Tetris PAL tournaments back in the day. Those started in 2019, so he played in a bunch of those. Played in Mega Masters in 2023 and in Mega Dasters this year. Went up against Knight in round 1. Also played in a bunch of those and other kind of foundational tournament series in the NAS Tetris competitive community were those WPL. Those were the Classic Tetris Opens. Those were Beast and Shen's tournaments that he was running back in 2021. And those were some of the first online tournaments with prize pools. In fact, it was kind of Beast and Shen who kind of forced my hand into having a prize pool for CTM, because he was running stuff with WPL, and I'm like, well, I cannot get outcompeted by something called World Puzzle League, right? So I added the prize pool, and yeah, so Scamper played in a lot of those as well, and even won one of them back in June of 2023. That was a team event where it was Jerpy Dude and Scamper who took on Pixelandy and Tristop. All right, 47,000 for Scamper, 59,000 for Draco. Dirtblock says weight is pushed down important here. Not really. I mean, certainly relatively speaking, push down is worth more relative to the highest scoring plays than they would be in Tetris, but not really super relevant. You know, push down points, the most you're going to get on a single piece is like 16 points, right? I think, isn't that what it is? 12 or 16 points, whatever it is. Is it 12 or 16? Whatever it is. But a triple is worth 5,700 points, so it's really not a big deal. 58,000 Scamper, 81,000 Draco. So Scamper trying to survive here. Not sure how much Scamper has played this mode since the qualifier. So he's in a dig. On the right side, it is Draco. And Draco is a 2-time CTWC gold bracket player. Made it in 22 and 23. Also played in Mega Masters in 23. Played in the silver bracket in CTWC in 21 and 24. Played a bunch in Futures and Hopefuls. Made it into the Masters event for the first time in January of this year. Played at the Northeast Regional this year. Also played in our Stupid Tetris Monthly No Next Box event and played at the Columbus Regionals. Those are WPL back in 21 and 24. When is DAS STM going to debut? I've been thinking about doing something like that, but I mean, that's like a niche within a niche because, you know, DAS is a niche, STM is a niche, and then all of a sudden you're combining two niches, right? And it's like multiplying. It's like multiplying. I don't know. It's like you get even more nichey. So Scamper with that DAS head shake, trying to dig this out. That's going to be a good J for Scamper. Uncovers here. And there's a good double to knock this down. Scamper 101, 139 for Draco. I mean, we could, for some of the fast modes, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to separate DAS and non-DAS players into two separate tournaments. So, for example, this is a fast mode, right? We might fold Faster Masters or some variation of Faster Masters into the STM cinematic universe. And we might separate that out by DAS and rolling. So anyway, 160 here for Draco on 19. 115 for Scamper. He's going to double into 19 at 117. So Scamper going to make it into 19. Why is Scamper playing min out? Yeah, I don't know. Scamper is, you know, got 123. It's not min out. A number of available points between, you know, 18 start and the 19 transition is 251,000. So, you know, you could have a suffer game and score in the 100,000s. Draco going to top out at 176. So the chase down target for Scamper is 177. That is the chase down target. We do have a 39 cap. I think, not sure if Scamper is dassing here. Scamper is set up for a triple and trying to keep this open, but you know, maybe should have just taken the birds here, but looks like there's rolling going on. All right, there's a nice double. So Scamper has plenty of time to chase this down. He is 24,000 points away. Triples here are going to be worth about, what, 69,000, I think? So this is really just, you know, keeping a good board. There's a nice double. Chen says 6,900. Thanks. Nice. All right, Scamper continuing to chase down here. 168. He's 8,000 points away. What's up, Chen? All right, he's set up for a triple, and that triple is going to seal it. Scamper with the chase down, and he's going to take game number 2. So good recovery for Scamper after that game 1 where he topped out early. All right, well, you can mullen it out a bit. You can definitely mullen out if you want to. That's fine. Scamper says that game was stressful. Holy moly. It is difficult. Oh, what's up, Poet? How's it going? This game mode is stressful. It really is. It is a real test of stacking, and you got to come at Tetris from a different mindset. And that's what we're trying to do in STM, is not just have stupid modes where it's like, oh, level 39 dash starts. You know, that's not, or it's not supposed to be that. It's supposed to be a real test of Tetris acumen. So I think we're doing a good job at that. All right, players, as soon as you're ready, you can go ahead and get ready on the next screen. Draco says, like, one bad stacking maneuver that leads to long bar dependency is disastrous. You're even spelling maneuver like a Canadian, Draco. I think the Canadian takeover is in full effect. All right, looks like both players are ready. Let's go ahead. Game number 3. What was once a best of 5, now a best of 3 in 3, 2, 1 Tetris. All right, listen, don't worry. You just keep playing. Has there been an STM where you could only rotate in one direction? No, but that is on the list, is single button flip. We did do that at Lone Star in Austin, Texas in 2024. We did that live. What we did is we did some stupid Tetris Monthly mini tournaments. So it would be like 4 players playing in a tournament for stupid prizes. Like I had this dumb prize bucket full of stuff that I got at, on clearance or cheap at Target. And so we just had this prize bucket and we're just letting people dig around in the prize bucket. So we did single button flipping, and you had to elect at the beginning of the match, like which button it would be. So you could choose which button, but you had to elect which one it was. That was fun. We also had a Vits off, right? So it was only Vits counted, and we had to count the Vits manually. There was no other way to do it at that time. So, Jasmine was there, and of course we had to do a Vits off with Jasmine there. So we had her counting out the Vits, and she also made her commentary debut in the Vits off at Lone Star 2024. So that was a good time. So yeah, one button is definitely on the list of modes to do. We would consider that a fast mode one. So that's like a candidate for potentially dividing between DAS and non-DAS. I think we might try that. That way we could have like a DAS winner and an open winner. $49,000 for Draco, $45,000 for Scamper. All right, good JP's there for Scamper to get that double. Chen says, I've been practicing one button all your life. I mean, it's actually super fun to see like a roller play high on like 29 speed with like one rotation button. It's actually really thrilling to watch that. I don't know if the VODs got saved over at Lone Star. It's like a big disappointment that some of the VODs were missing. If we ever do a Lone Star again, it's going to be a problem to solve to just try to... I mean, every time I do one of these things, the internet is bad or it's just a mess. It's very stressful to run and costly. $69,000 for Draco, $72,000 for Scamper. Draco with a bit of a weird board here. He's got like a Tetris well buried in column 5. And now he's just trying to survive. That rhymed, didn't it? I don't know what Draco's going to do here. I mean, this is so hard. And that's going to be a top out for Draco. And Scamper is good in game number 3. Prize bucket 2. What is whose PB with no bars? Mine personally? Or whose? Or Poet? Poet, have you done no bars? All right, players, you can take a moment if you need it. I'm going to bite into a... Oh, no, I'm not going to bite into a bagel. I don't want to have big, you know, cream cheese mouth trying to commentate Tetris. You never played No Bars? Oh, mine? I don't know what I got in my qualifier. I think I've broken 200,000, but I don't remember offhand. All right, as soon as both players signal ready. Okay, they have. All right, game number 4. Scamper's up 2-1. He's got Draco on the ropes. Let's go ahead and count him down. 3, 2, 1, Tetris, game 4. Draco needs to win to stay in, force a decider. You need Game Genie for that? Yeah, you don't have Tetris, Jim? I mean, we could get you a Tetris gym, you know, if you wanted to take part and stuff. At the moment, you're only playing No-Row on emulator. We are going to do a No-Row tournament, I think, January. We're about 95% settled on that. All right, 33,000 for Scamper, 29,000 for Draco. Oh, you hope to be there January. Great. We're also going to do, I don't know if you do other modes like that, but we might do that and Secret Grade the same month. So make them 16-player tournaments. I don't know. I gotta think about it. I kind of want to run them in separate months, but like very specifically, there's one player that I want to be able to play, and they might not be able to play in February. So, you know, Kirby 703 would, you know, you can't have a Secret Grade tournament without Kirby in it. And I don't know if she's going to be available in February. So I don't know. Maybe we'll just do No-Row, and we'll run it in February. And if Kirby can come, then good. If not, then you know, what can I do? Did we ever decide if Scamper being a rabbit was pure Mandela effect? I think Scamper was a penguin. Scamper wasn't here yesterday, but people were insisting that Scamper was the name of a rabbit in Bambi. But obviously that's Thumper. But people are claiming, oh, well, Scamper was like Thumper's friend or something. I mean, Scamper, makes sense. It makes sense that it would be the name of a rabbit. I can picture a rabbit, you know, scampering around like right now. It makes total sense, but all right, Laurie says it's not a rabbit. I would trust Laurie. Tampere is a Finnish city. 117 for Scamper. Seems to have gotten the hang of this mode after an early top out in game 1. He's got the lead here, 125 to 85. So again, about 251,000 points are available before the 19 transition. Generally, I think if you capture about, 80% of those points, then that is a very, very good transition. So, 200K plus seems to be a very, very good transition. Scamper is set up for a triple, waiting on the L, gets the L, triple for Scamper. Draco not going to be set up for, at least 3 or 4 burns here. And, has this kind of Tetris well. Now that, of course, can be a triple ready well. All right, there's a double Draco, 111. 7 lines away for Draco from 19, so he's going to need to uncover this, really, I think, before 19, just to give himself a good board. And he is going to uncover. He is triple ready and gets the triple to knock this down. So good entry for Draco. All right, Draco still trying to knock this down all the way to the bottom. Scamper is in at 184. Scamper now with about a 50,000 point lead. And Draco needs to win this one, so we got to figure out what he can do here. Really, Draco's best chance here is going to be something happening on Scamper's side. But Scamper playing very solid after that game 1. Catvinity at Scamper9 is the username. 207 for Scamper, 157 for Draco. Draco is set up for the triple, gets it. Set up again, has to knock it down with a double. All right, Draco still fighting this down. Trying to avoid going long bar dependent. There's another double. So now he's going to try to get triple set up, and he is set up for a triple. Gets it. There's 190 for Draco. Now, Draco is is ahead in lines, too, and that is going to be a factor. Another triple for Draco. Now, he is a table tapper, so he might have some survivability past 29. We'll see what happens. Looking for the L piece. Chops down with a double. There's a triple for Draco, 210. He's cut it to 37,000, but again, he's ahead by 14 lines. Another triple for Draco. He's set up again. Another triple for Draco, 226. But Scamper still with about a 30,000 point lead. All right, Draco is set up. Waiting on the L piece, gets the L. There's a triple, 240. He's back by 29,000, but ahead by like 12 lines. And we are rapidly approaching level 29, so he's going to try to be as efficient as he can. Try to convert some of these to triples, but it's just what can you do? All right, he's going to fill out. He's set up for a triple anyway. Has to chop it down with a double. And yeah, we'll see what, yeah, Draco. This is going to be top out. That's going to be 259 top out for Draco. So that matches his qualifier. So kind of a clutch 259 for Draco, but Scamper is already good with that 305. So it is going to be Scamper moving on to the next round. Draco, you played great. Very entertaining. Very Canadian also. And GG's to you. And that's going to be a top for Scamper at 315. And you just wanted to break 250 again. Well, you did it. I mean, you played great. Going to go ahead and report this to the centralized Tetris reporting authority. Scamper 3, Draco 1. All right, GG's, Draco. Hope to see you again in future events. And we're going to bring in Cole. Let me run an ad real quick. And yeah, let's run one on YouTube as well. So, goodbye 28. Hello 21. And goodbye 21. Hello 12. And we'll refresh our players here, make sure that they are all good to go. Yeah, I got it. I usually have to refresh anyway, Cole. So, I mean, I have to refresh every time. So, all right, there's Cole. There he is. And Scamper will line up that cam. So, $10 stream watch streak. Oh my goodness. What the heck? Catvinity, I don't think watching Tetris streams is a lifetime goal, okay? Maybe go out and touch some grass. Oh, it is? Oh, all right, my bad. You understood that reference. Oh my God, Girl Without a Fairy is understanding references now. What the heck? All right. Well, players are warming up. And by the way, thanks to Cole and Draco for their flexibility and good-naturedness as they had to reschedule this one. Really appreciate that. You love hearing the echo because I'm on PC and mobile? Oh my goodness, that's crazy. All right. Drought Eye, and of course, make sure you've got 39 super kill screen turned on, or at least we'll just stop your score when you get there. All right, looks like both players are ready. Cole versus Scamper. Get them started. Round 2, the winner goes to the top 16 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. On the left side of your screen, it is seed number 12, Cole from the United States of America. Cole qualified in with a 371. That was the average of his best two no bars games played in a 1 hour qualifying period. He's ranked number 13 overall in the Premier poll. Of course, there's no stupid Tetris Monthly Premier poll, but 13th on the overall open Premier poll. And you can find the full rankings over at premierpoll.com, Premier with an E at the end. You've seen Cole a bunch of times in the Classic Tetris World Championship, made it into the gold bracket 3 times. You've also seen him play in the Jonas Cup recently. Cole seems to have taken interest in DAS recently. He's like, when's the next DAS? When's the next DAS Masters? DAS, can we do DAS? When's DAS? Oh my God. 2 months in between DAS tournaments. What the heck? So apparently he's interested in DAS now. You've also seen him play in the one-day tournament. That was Pumpy's tournament that took place on Nestris.org, all in one day. Top 4 in that. Cole is also a 3-time Mega Master and also played in Mega Dasters as well. Cole took first place in CTWC's Philly Regional. That was against Meme in a decider in those finals. Also took second in Detroit and has played in Columbus and Oklahoma regionals as well. Played in our Stupid Tetris Monthly No Next Box tournament back in July as well. On the right side of your screen, it is Scamper, seed number 21. Scamper with 60,000. Cole with 53,000. Scamper has played in CTWC Silver in 2020 and 2021. Played in Classic Tetris European Championship in 2020. Played a bunch in our Challengers, Futures, and Hopeful circuit. Played in DAS Masters several times this year. Was the creator of the iconic Classic Tetris DAS CT DAS tournaments back in the day. Looked back on fondly by DAS players from 2021 and 2022, 23. Played a bunch in CTL and Classic Tetris PAL back in the day. 96,000 for Cole. There's a triple whoop for Scamper. Triple for Scamper. Whoop. All right, triple for Scamper, 107. 103 for Cole. Cole gets a triple. He's set up for another one. So 2 in a row. There's one Scamper, 123, 128 Cole. So pretty darn close. Now, this is No Bars November, which means that there are no long bars. So players will be trying to optimize for triples. They generally seem to be stacking on the right side of the board, just like as if they were playing regular Tetris. And that means that the red L is sort of the key piece that they are looking for to convert their triples. Scamper going to pass on a triple there. I think it's very easy in this mode to pass on a triple without knowing it. I think it's slightly more difficult to sort of say, oh yeah, I am set up for a triple. Or at least, it's unfamiliar. It's like, oh yeah, I am set up for a triple, right? So you do see players passing on triples, but also just for board health as well. The L piece is a useful piece just for the board in general. And there's a triple Scamper, 161, 171 for Cole. So good paces for these players. Anything 200 1,000 or above when you hit 19 is a good pace. And Cole is set up for the, what is that? The cerebral elevated triple, as I've been instructed to call it. It's not the Evesy thing. It's not the Trisky thing. It is the cerebral elevated triple. I'm just going to call it the elevated triple setup. I don't know that there's any need to complement it by calling it cerebral. So I think just the elevated triple setup is fine. There's triple for Cole and another one. 212 here on 19. 197 for Scamper. Floating triple. Floating triple is a great one. I like that. Setup for the floating triple and gets it. That makes sense. Isn't elevated more of a compliment than cerebral? I mean, elevated just means physically it's high, not that it's like refined, you know, some sort of refined move by a highly intelligent person. 220 for Scamper. Yeah, I like floating triple. That's a good way to put it. Triple for Scamper, 230, 248 for Cole. It's good game number one so far. Yeah, I don't, you know, that like the Winnie the Pooh bear fancy versus like whatever boring, you know, normal. It's not that. I mean, it is that, but it's not what I mean by that. Ultimately, Trisky, it doesn't matter what we call any of this stuff because as soon as this month is over, no one's ever playing this again, so it doesn't really matter. Triple for Cole. He's set up for a bunch. There's another one for Cole. There's a skim and a triple for Cole. 300,000. 266 for Scamper. So triples on level 25 are worth 7,800 points. On 26, they'll be worth 8,100 points. They go up 300 points every level increase. There's a triple for Cole. He's set up for another. Seems to have a nice kind of clockwork setup over there on the right side. Another triple Cole, 352. Scamper now on the down stack a bit. Kind of a messy board. All right, Scamper going to try to turn this. Maybe had designs on turning that into a triple. $305 for Scamper. Cole, 387. And Cole is into level 29 at about 398. And it's a pretty high board here for Scamper. That's going to be a top out for Scamper at 314. That's a high scoring game. It's one of our highest scoring games we've had. 422 for Cole. Cole, if you want to mullen it out, you're welcome to. And it's going to be hard to deal with for Cole, so that's going to be a top out. So Cole, you are good. Game number one. Yeah, I think as far as like active games going, right? Like, you know, points scored while both players are active, that might be our... Was that our highest scoring game? Like taking Mullins out? It's pretty close. All right, as soon as both players are ready, we can go ahead and get them started. But just want to remind you all, we do have a prize pool, and it is on you, the fans, to fund it. We're looking to get to $1,000. That will enable us to pay the top 8. So if you want to contribute to the prize pool, use the... Oh, I can't type. It's not going to let me type. Why isn't it letting me type? There it is. Use the Matcherino command to bring up the links and click on the one that says STM no bars. Get over there and contribute. Any amount is good. 1, 5, 25, 100, whatever you got. All right, looks like both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get them counted down in game number 2. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Catvinity says, just realized it's now been basically exactly a year and a half ago since I discovered Tetris. Wait, you discovered Tetris? Oh my God. Catvinity discovered Tetris, guys. My word. All right, we are underway in game number 2 after a great game 1. Gotta admit, guys, I am eating a bagel. It's very rare that I eat during a stream. Like, I almost never eat during a stream. But it does remind me of, like, old school CTM. Because old school CTM, you know, it was like an all-day event. It was all happened on one day. It was like, you know, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours. And so I would be like eating during the stream, like talking with my mouth full, getting food delivered like right in the middle of the stream, people bringing home chicken sandwiches. It was a mess. Hepta says 1 day. Yeah, it was a 16-player tournament. Oh no, Scamper with the top out on 18. That was ugly. And Cole is gonna take game number 2, and yeah, wow, kind of all of a sudden just a comedy of errors for Scamper in that one. Lost DAS control, yeah, with an awkward board, losing DAS, upsetting. So yeah, it used to be, you know, 16-player tournament, and of course, you know, players would always pretty much top out on 29. They wouldn't even get to 29. It'd often top out on 18. We could get through like a bunch of matches. But anyway, I am eating a bagel. This is my eating day, so we'll have a fasting day after this. So I'm enjoying it. Bagel is my junk food right now. Okay, looks like both players are ready. Cole versus Scamper. Game number 3, Scamper needs to win to stay in the match and the tournament. Let's go 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Yeah, we were the original one-day tournament. I don't know what Pumpy's doing, but, you know, original OG one-day tournament, guys. What's up, Kip? How's it going? Evesy, of course, the #1 seed in qualifiers in this tournament. Do we have Evesy's match on the schedule yet? Evesy, you have not been scheduled yet. Oh wait, that's because you're in the top 16. Duh. So you're a top 8 seed. Who are you playing? Evesy will be playing. We don't know. We don't know yet. It's either going to be Peak F1 champion or I don't know how to pronounce this player's name. Jati. How do you pronounce that player's name? Is it Jati? Jarty? You mean Jati? Jati. You mean Jati? Not Jarty. Yep, I'm gonna play Jarty. All right. Jati. And I'm gonna say it with a little hint of a British accent. $55,000 for Cole. It is weird to me that when British people give pronunciations, they'll be like, yeah, like Jati is, you know, Jati. There's an R in there, Evesy. Okay? Like, what does the R do? Like, why don't you guys just get rid of the R's? Of course, where I'm from, it would be Jati. Ma, give me a ja so I can go to the bar. $67,000 for Cole, $81,000 for Scamper. Jay Plays Tetris says, also, Vandy, did you not host Das Masters for December so you wouldn't have to commentate me? Yep, that's right. Yeah, we're only going to do Masters in December. There's just, you know, there's a lot going on. There's holidays, there's travel, people are traveling. There's also, you know, energy drink Tetris going on. Couple triples here for Scamper, 118, 109 for Cole. Oh, Cole gets a nice tuck with the L and another L for the triple. All right, they better not top out while I have a mouthful of bagel. That's all I'm saying. Leo won Bulgaria's. Yeah, I looked at the list the other day just to see, and yeah, there's a number of people from the NES Tetris community who have won the energy drink Tetris competition for their respective countries, so it's pretty good. Yeah, there's a link out there, right? Oh, look at that Cole with that elevated triple setup, or the floating triple. That was goated. Nice. I don't know. I mean, I know there's an overall leaderboard on the Energy Drink Tetris website. I don't know who all from the Classic Tetris community is like participating, but I do see that there are like winners, but I don't know, you know, maybe not everybody shows up under the name you expect on the leaderboard also, so I don't know. Genialer Gandalf, genialer, like more genial. May I ask what happened to No Cap November? It's been a year. Yeah, No Cap November is occurring. It's not occurring right, like literally at this actual minute, but it is going on, and we've been running matches for it throughout the month. We will have another bracket of it starting in 2 hours. All right, Kip has an ice cream headache. 226 for Scamper, 204 for Cole. Level 21. Evesy in the third person. Yeah, Evesy was the UK winner, right? Evesy, who is the UK winner? Oh, Cole gonna miss that little spin there. Dan V, you think? I don't know if he has a. I don't know if he has it in him. I am not going to mention the name of that Tetris event because if they want, you know, if they want advertising, they can pay for it. So there. All right, Cole 276. Scamper still ahead by about 13,000 points here on 26. And Scamper has some lines in hand as well when we get to 29. All right, Scamper trying to engineer some sort of triple setup here. Chopping it down with a double. Another double. 323 for him. Cole is going to top out, and Scamper is good in game number 3. So Cole just transitioned too high and with like a deep long bar channel. And there was nothing he was really going to be able to do there. So Scamper's going to hang on and take game number 3 with a 337. So exceeding his qualifier again. So GG's Scamper. 112 S pieces. Here, let's look at the pieces. Holy moly. 100. Yeah, so you had a lot of S pieces. I mean, it's not that far, you know. It's you know. No bars. What the heck? No bars. So yeah, a reminder that players do not have same piece sets. Not something we can do in this mode, but maybe in the future, maybe next time there's a new Tetris gym, you'll be able to do same piece sets across all modes. That would be cool. All right, Scamper trying to put the freeze on Cole. Oh, whoops. Whoa, what is that, Cole? What is that? Is that a wallet? That was a wallet, right? Like a NES controller wallet? They should make like a folding flat controller. That would be cool. All right, looks like both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get him started. Game number 4. Cole is up 2-1. 3-2-1 Tetris. So in the energy drink Tetris tournament in Hungary, Zoltan is saying that like everybody except for one person was pretty much like doing their qualifiers on keyboard, but then when it came time for the actual competition, they required everyone to play on Xbox controllers. And so nobody could really play because they'd just been training on keyboard the whole time. That's spelled out in the rules anywhere? That seems pretty annoying, actually. That's really, really annoying. Like, and on the verge of not being fair, unless they told you that's what it was going to be. The qualifiers are on mobile. People incorrectly assumed that it would be keyboard, but it was never said. Oh, I see. Draco says, my favorite controller to play Tetris with is an Xbox controller for some reason. Kirby's top qual score is the known DAS record. Where was Kirby? Kirby was in green, right? It was a 361. All right, Scamper with a Spire. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh no, and that is going to be a top out for Scamper. A Spire. It was a deathly Spire. And oh no, that is not how you want to see someone go out. Yikes. A million times. Cole, you are good in game number 4. Unfortunate there for Scamper. Oh, there. Oh. JD spin. You guys missed it. Did you guys see it? Well, that Cole is going to take this one 3-1. Scamper, it was a real pleasure. Thanks again to our players for their flexibility in rescheduling this one. Really appreciate it. Scamper, tough way to go out. Obviously, nobody wants to go out like that, but it was a real pleasure. We hope to see you again in future events. It's always good to see you pop up in a tournament. So, hope all is well. All right, we're going to go ahead and report this over at the thing. And we will show you the bracket. And yeah, that game 3, that was a banger. There were a couple of really good games in this. Game 1 and game 3, right? Those are the really good ones. Okay, the bracket. Yes, purple. And we'll go ahead and refresh that bracket so it shows up the way it's supposed to. There it is. So yeah, Cole is through. Cole will be taking on Cobra, so that's a good one. Cobra versus Colba. That should be a good one. ID Kirby is also in on the yellow side, and then on the other side of the bracket, we got Chroma, Steels, and Bendy. So we've got 2 more. Is it 2 more or 3 more? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, through 3 more spots to determine. So 5 out of 8 are done. And the next Stupid Masters is going to be... I guess we're doing it in chunks. Oh, no, there's no other stupid... Oh, no, there is. On Thursday, November 20th, there's just the orange round 1. Peak versus F1 champion. Jati is not playing in that. So that's the only other stupid that we've got scheduled right now. At some point, we'll do our blue bracket. Not sure when that's going to be. Our teal bracket, we've done half of it. So yeah, so we just have Allenbot versus C-Dubs. When is that? Too bad we couldn't do it today. I know Alan is available because Alan's playing in Masters in about 2 hours. So I don't know if Colby is around to also do that, but anyway. All right, folks, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate y'all. I want to thank everybody who supported the stream. We had a new follower over on YouTube, Alexis P. Thank you, Alexis, for following us over on YouTube. Appreciate that. Patrons, thank you for your support. Patreon.com/monthly Tetris. Scott Gray, Janie Window, Kanan Tacky, Madelsberger, Corporal Shelby, Junior Troy, and Kim M. Rogue Potato Caca, Java T. Edition, Sunny Jr. I said Junior twice, but that's okay. And everybody else on this slide, thank you so very much. Price pool is still at 509.42. We had like 1 or 2 contribution codes were done, so that is a positive. We still have more, I'm pretty sure. There's still 6 more contribution codes, so consider going over to the Match Arena and doing those codes. They're free, and while you're there, consider kicking in a little bit more. All right, we will see you guys in an hour and 45 minutes for the Masters Purple Round 1, Round 2. It's going to be Allenbot versus Doodle, and then the winner versus Meme. That's all eventually going to feed into a match against Alex T. So all you Meme fans, there's some good potential for this bracket. Okay, we will see you in a bit. Thanks again. Take care. Bye-bye. Charity Bird, Jungle Cook, Chris Winter, Zoltan, Stuart, Lori, thanks for hanging out over on YouTube. Take care. See you later. Bye-bye. And Twitch will go ahead and raid you off. Thanks again, everybody, for hanging out. And I guess they're doing the Coverdale's doing the TMP show, which is kind of like Tetris Deathmatch. So we will go and throw you over there. Thanks, everybody. See you guys a little bit later.